Now head to our second junior Rotax heat. So let's have a look at the starting grid. On pole position once again it will be Kai Rielert. Rafael Renhofer will be alongside. Mathis Turlo will be in P3 and we'll have Farin Mega on the second row. Lukas Schlegel and Alberto Kiko Fracassi, row 3. Ethan Jeff Hall and Samuel Ifrid, row 4. Karel Stout has just messaged from Switzerland saying good luck to Kai Rielert and also Samuel Ifrid from Switzerland. Mikkel Pedersen and Janis Diak ran at the top 10 ahead of Bruno Molders, Thomas Strauve, Nick Trobeck, Vic Stevens, Nick Gerhards, Austin Lee, Louis Dedling, Sem Argun, Vinnie Phillips, Marius Roos, Jimmy Kokolainen, Danny Shields and Aljaz Vidmar rounding out the 23 strong. But it was a convincing win from Rielert in the first heat. And will anyone behind the reigning and defending champion, will anyone have an answer for the 274? So red lights on the starting gantry once again. And then it will be 7 minutes plus an additional lap of racing. So I'll have this plus 2 more races before we go to the lunch break. And that will be after Heat 4 for Senior Rotax, Groups B versus D. Drivers now get themselves ready and into formation. Into the tram lines, revs rise. Are we ready? Lights are out, we are off and racing, and a good start there by Mathis Turlo, who slots in behind the leader Kai Rielert, going into turn 3 for the first time of asking. As Ethan Jeff Hall looking to get past Lukas Schlegel, and Schlegel looking to the outside now of Farin Mega. Ethan Jeff Hall drops a little bit further behind, but Farin Mega looks to go up the inside of the Brit and gets through turn 6. And just behind him is Mikkel Pedersen from Denmark. Through into the chicane for the first time, and Rielert is leading by about the best part of 4 to 6 kart lengths as Rafael Renhofer puts it up the inside of Mathis Turlo through turn number 11, and Lukas Schlegel looking one way then the other. Farin Mega is with them, and the likes of Ethan Jeff Hall and Alberto Kiko Fracassi look to be involved in a multi-card exchange of positions, and it was 3 wide going into. Oh, and there's been a turnaround. Oh, no, it's all gone wrong. 2 karts, make that 4 karts, and everyone's tried to avoid, and one of the damned racing karts, one of the other karts has managed to get going. Oh my goodness, we had 2 turned around. It looks like Ethan Jeff Hall got a little bit of a tag from behind. And in there was Janis Diak, I believe, as well, the 239. That was a bit of a big incident there, as we've got yellow flags a bit further. We had yellow flags at Marshall post number 3. That's going in towards turn number 4. So that has changed the order. Thomas Strauven looks to have also been involved, but the leaders carrying on as they were. And now Rafael Renhofer up the inside of Mathis Turlo to retake second position going through turn 3 into the hairpin at 4. Farin Mega has got Lukas Schlegel not too far behind for close company. Mikkel Pedersen ahead of Bruno Molders. Samuel Ifrid now up into 8th. Nick Gerhards up into 9th. Austin Lee from Germany now up into the top 10. And is trying to close in on Nick Gerhards. Austin Lee has always admitted, I've never been good at qualifying, but the races seem to be something different. Well, that's very true on this particular occasion. And he finished P15 in the first heat earlier on today. 4 minutes and 25 still to go. Gap between Rielert and Renhofer now 0.566. Renhofer has started to move forward and put in the fastest lap of the race and he was well over half a second quicker than Matthias Turlo. So 51.436 second lap time from the German now gives him an opportunity of closing in on Rilers, and that gap will be less than half a second going through the chicane. And we've got a 5-second penalty, and that is for Vic Stevens. And that was the Dames Racing Team kart, the 269, who gets a 5-second time penalty for pushing, and that was why everything started to unfold a little bit there on the final couple of corners. And Vic Stevens has parked the kart, so the Belgian will be out of the race. Down to 22 drivers we go. The gap was over half a second. It's now been halved. Renhofer's got into the low 51s, 51.089. Top 10 rounded out by Austin Lee, covered by just over 4.6 seconds. As we're on to lap number 5 of the race. But Renhofer senses a little bit of blood in the water. He's right with Rilers going through into the chicane. The gap was just over 3/10. And Renhofer took a quarter of a second out of Renhofer. Fahin Mega, now he's past Matthias Turlo for P3, using the old think gesture, saying to the guys behind, right, come on, work with me. Let's catch the two in front and battle for a race victory. And some of them need it quite a bit here this weekend. Out of the final corner, Rilers brings him across the line once again with 2 minutes and 41 seconds to go. 0.3 is the gap between him and Renhofer. Vic Stevens is a confirmed retirement as of lap number 1. And Fahin Mega, in the meantime, has put in the fastest lap. He's the first one to dive underneath the 51-second bracket. 50.901 seconds for the German in the 276. And we've got another 5-second time penalty, it looks like. That is for the 280 of Nick Trobeck. But with 2 minutes to go, the battle for the lead very much intensifying. And Vinnie Phillips again has showcased his pace and what we can expect from him this weekend. He's up into P11 ahead of Aljas Vidmar. And Ethan Jeff Hall, unfortunately, has parked the kart, I'm afraid. The 297 from Great Britain, unable to continue. Out on lap number 4, it looks like. So down to 21 drivers as Renhofer closing, waiting and biding his time to get past Kai Rilers. And he's right on the back bumper going through into the chicane. Just under a minute and a half remaining. And Yanni, and it's very much been a case that Rilers hasn't had it all his own way, as Aljas Vidmar now sets the fastest lap. The driver in the number 212 puts in a 50.591. And the gap between Rilers and Renhofer was just under a quarter of a second. Renhofer getting closer, but so is Fahin Mega. Danny Shields has just put in the fastest lap of the race after the retirement in the first heat. He's up into P14 from 22nd on the grid. Now things are further concertinaing at the front end of the field, and I see at least 6 drivers that could be in contention for the lead of this race, as Vinnie Phillips and Aljas Vidmar rounding out the top 12, making sure that they get up the order. And Danny Shields is closing on Marius Rose, the young Dane. And Shields has actually got past. So Danny Shields up 9 positions up into P13. The leaders crossed the line with 9 seconds on the clock remaining, plus an additional lap. And Renhofer was closed through turn 4 there. So this will be the penultimate lap, lap 9 out of 10. And Renhofer has to wind up, and he's gone for it. He's got the lead off of Rilers, and here comes Fahin Mega looking to put it around the outside of Rilers, and he gets the job done and takes second. So within 2 corners, Kai Rilers has dropped from first to third at the drop of a hat, a snap of the fingers. So Renhofer sent it up the inside, and then Mega just planted it around the outside, coming out of turn 6, through into 7, and got the job done before the apex of turn 8. That was a brilliant move from Fahin Mega. Last lap board is out, and Rafael Renhofer now has the lead. Fahin Mega not too far behind by about 2 tenths. And I don't think the lead is still safe quite yet, as Mega tries to get the switch back on Renhofer. Renhofer defends. Gilets is with them. Matthijs Turlo now enters the fray. And look at the defensive work that Rafael Renhofer is trying to put on. And Fine Mega looking one way, then looking the other. And here comes Matthijs Turlo up the inside of Gilets. Mikkel Pedersen closing on the Belgian for P4 as they go through the chicane. And you add to that Lucas Schlegel and Bruno Mulders. And Mulders up the inside of Schlegel going through the turn 11 hairpin. Neatly done. Oh my goodness me, it's getting really, really close there. Because Pedersen is trying to get past Gilets. And gets up the inside. Gilets is dropping places. Oh no! Oh no, there's been a contact drama there for Gilets. Gilets was leading. Renhofer takes the win. Fahin Mega takes P2. Matthijs Turlo takes P3. Mikkel Pedersen. And there's a little bit of a contact between Schlegel, Gilets and Mulders, I think, coming out of the final corner. And Gilets finishes in 6th place. Bruno Mulders in 7th. Nick Gerhards in 8th. Samuel Ifrid and Austin Lee ran out the top 10. Vinnie Phillips in 11th. We've also got Aljaz Vidmar in 12th. Danny Shields from 22nd to 13th. A good run from the Dubai-based driver from the UAE. Marius Roos in 14th. Sam Argun from Austria in 15th, ahead of Louis Stedtling, Thomas Strauver, Alberto Kiko Fracassi, Nick Strobeck, Jimmy Kokolainen and Janis Diak running at the 21 that finished. Ethan Jeff Hall out on lap 4 unfortunately, and Vic Stevens retiring on lap number 1.
En die mannetjes die rauw, hè? Die willen allemaal graag in. Die vreten je op, hè?